Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Rosie and I do life, work and travel vlogs, and today is the 1st of February and it's a really exciting day for me because I am going to start my very first home vlog. So I'm really excited to be on this journey with you all. Make sure that you hit the like and the subscribe button. It really helps more than you know, and don't be afraid to drop me a comment down below and I will get back to you. Remember, it's all love here as well. There's no negativity, no hate. So get a cup of tea, follow along, and I hope you enjoy this video. So I will start from the beginning. I'm going to give you a little bit of context. In this video, we are going to actually be upgrading our wardrobes, which is really nice and actually really overdue. So my husband and I moved into our one-bedroom flat in central London in September 2019, and it had recently been completely renovated. And being in central London, the space is a premium. So when we first moved in, we really weren't sure about what furniture we wanted, and we were really lucky that my dad had some old furniture in storage. So we said, do you know what? Until we make a decision about what we want, let's just use the old furniture. It's lovely. I have to say, there's, real sentimental value attached to it because it was my mum and dad's wedding present from his mum. My aunt had it at one point, and everybody in my family had this style of wardrobe when I was growing up. It's the Stag Minstrel range. I will show you in the next clip. So it just felt right. However, and you will see, it's just not worked for us really from the beginning. So 3 years later, obviously we've had the pandemic, and I am a primary school teacher. My husband is a train driver, so it can be really difficult actually to try and find the time when we can both be off together. And we're both on strike today actually, so hence why we're starting this journey today. So what we've decided to do is we are going to sell our Stag furniture and we are going to buy the Ikea Pax system. It's taken quite a while to come to this solution, if you like, but having done a lot of research and looked at the market, I actually think this is the best option for us because you can add to it. It is very much a system. So we have been to Ikea, and we know what we want. So I am going to go through this journey with you. I'm going to bring you along with me from the very moment. So here's what we do next. So this is our bedroom furniture. This wall is 300 centimeters wide, but that includes the skirting boards. So it's actually quite frustrating because when you are buying furniture, it is sort of in multiples of 10 or 50 or 100. So any furniture that we would have to buy, we'd have to cut into the bottom of it for the skirting board, or we'd have to take the skirting boards off. Now we are actually in the process of trying to sell our flat, so that's not something that's feasible to us. So if I show you up there, we've got so much space. This sort of furniture, I actually love it. It reminds me so much of my childhood. There's so many fond memories of it, but it just doesn't work for us because you've got all of that wasted space up there, and there's clothes in those baskets, and to be honest with you, it's just not practical. So the idea is that we're going to sell these pieces of furniture. I also have one of those Stag bedside tables as well next to me, and we're going to swap it out for the Pax furniture. As beautiful as it is and as sad as I will be to see it go, I think you need to do what's best for you and your living arrangements rather than be sentimental. And we're done with being sentimental now, so it's time to move on. And I actually think because it's a very modern flat. It was renovated just before we bought it. The furniture doesn't necessarily complement the style and the feel of the flat. So it's about time that we invested in some furniture. In order to try and sell them, I have put them on eBay, I've put them on Gumtree, and I have also seen a lot of furniture upcyclers, if you like. I don't know what they're called, but a lot of people on Etsy actually buy the wardrobes in this condition, and then they paint them, like completely, like strip them back, sand them, treat them, and then, you know, give them a new lease of life. So I've actually reached out to some Etsy shopkeepers, and ideally I'd like to get rid of them all at once, so give them to the same buyer, just purely for convenience. However, if I can't do that, it's not the end of the world, so I'll keep you in the loop on that one. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you what we are going to replace them with. This is what we're replacing them with. When you go onto the Ikea website, you can actually design your own wardrobe from scratch. So that's what we decided to do. You can play around with the size of the room, the size of the frames, the colour. They come in 2 different sizes. And then you can also change the interiors. It gives you example interiors, but then you can also pick your own. So this is fantastic. It then prices it all up for you. Then you click finalize, and they will either deliver it to you, or you can actually go and pick it up yourself. And this is the design that we have come up with. So both of these are 100 centimeter frames, and then we've got 4 drawers and then 1 rail and some storage at the top. This all totals £498. We also need to replace our chest of drawers, and we're only getting one of these MALM chest of 3 drawers in white for £70. That takes our total up to £568. We do have a £30 gift card, and my husband has a reward scheme through his work where he gets 5% off. So from memory, I think it takes it down to £511. Now, obviously, I don't know how much money we are going to get for our stag furniture, but that will go towards our wardrobes. So I will pause this vlog here, and I will come back to you with an update very soon, hopefully. Good morning, everybody. Today is Saturday, the 25th of February. It's a few weeks since I checked in with you, I know. I think the last time I was filming for this vlog was like January time. And I'll be honest with you, it's been hectic. The plan was to order and fit the wardrobes for the February half term, but things just didn't work out. So today is the day that we can actually have our old wardrobes taken away. They're going to be put in storage because unfortunately we've not been able to sell them, and I want to sell them. I don't want to give them away because they're lovely furniture, so I don't want to give them away. So yeah, we've yet to find a buyer for those, but we have cleared them out, and today we need to go through our wardrobes, sort out what we're keeping, what we're going to sell, and what we're going to give away to charity, and then get ready to build them. So it's finally happening. I'm going to show you the chaos that is our front room. So this is our current living room situation. We emptied our wardrobes and brought all of the stuff into the living room, put it on a rail, and the idea is that once we have removed the wardrobes, we will be able to sort through our clothes so we know what we're going to give to charity, what we're going to sell, and what we are going to keep. There's an awful lot of stuff. So yeah, there's even some more stuff down there. That orange bag there, that is stuff that's ready to go to charity. I just had a very quick sort through, so I think we will definitely go through that a bit more. I am definitely aiming to be a bit more minimalistic with my wardrobe. Let's hope that I can achieve that. So as you can see, we are all ready to go. We just need to get the wardrobes delivered. I believe they're coming on Monday. We also need to have that, you know, major sort out. And then once that's done, we're ready to build them. So I'm really excited. I am going to film some of the clearing out process for you, just so you can see what we do, what I keep, what I donate, what I sell, just in case you want to see that kind of thing. So yeah, I'm really excited. Stick around. These are the wardrobes just before we are going to empty the room. So as you can see, they're empty now. We're going to take out the drawers, and yeah, then we've got an idea. It's actually, like, as you can see, there's so much space at the top, and the Pax wardrobes will just really help us to utilize that space. It's all cosmetic work that needs doing now. So we need to hoover the wall, you know, like dust it down, paint it, and we really need to do something about the carpet as well. We'll have that cleaned before we put the new wardrobes in. So yeah, now we get all the prep work done, and it'll be so worth it by the time it's all finished. So it's Sunday today. I've just woken up from a nap, and I do have a tracksuit on and my dressing gown on because it is so cold. We've had to have the windows open because the smell of the paint just hasn't really gone. It's still lingering at the moment, which is fine. It should be fine for tomorrow. When the wardrobes arrive, we're getting them delivered. I will do a video on how much it all cost and what have you, or I might address that later on, I'll see. But yeah, they are arriving tomorrow, and then we will build them tomorrow. Hi guys, we have an update for you. So the first frame is built. How long did it take? 2.5 hours to build this one frame, but that was one person, and I think he's done a very good job. Well done. And that is also a we have a look at all the rubbish. We do have a drawer built, so that's going to go in the bottom there, but so far looks really good. As you can see, we don't have much room at the top, so it's floor to ceiling. We're getting one of these each, so I'm hoping it should be enough.
Builder's bum.
No, it's not. No, it isn't. Seriously.
You have to edit.
I did not have a builder's bum. What, you can see my crack?
I don't know. I saw the skin and then I don't know if it was a crack.
It wasn't. My crack doesn't start till there. You're a liar. You're a winder. So I've got a little update for you. It's Tuesday and the drawers are now all built and they're in. They're ready to be filled, which is very exciting. We've just got to put in a pole and a shelf and they will be complete. So I'll start filming again once that's all done. And yeah, very exciting. Himself is doing that. Here is the MALM 3 drawer side table all ready to go. I won't lie, it's not as big as I thought. I don't know why, but I'm just going to put like all my bedside stuff in this top drawer. I'm going to have my underwear in here and then my socks down here, so that's plenty of space. Guys, I can't tell you how excited I am to finally be telling you that it's finished. Our wardrobe upgrade has finally completed. Today is Wednesday, the 1st of March. The wardrobes were delivered on Monday. Everything was set up on Tuesday evening and we put everything in there. So I think we've done really well to get this all done in like just shy of 48 hours, and with me being at work, because I am ultimately the one who will go through all of the clothes and have the big sort out. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do a little wardrobe walkthrough and just show you what we've got, what we opted for, how it's working for us. So I'm so excited. So I'm only going to talk you through my wardrobe because you don't really want to see what's in my husband's, and it's probably not fair of me to go through his stuff. But at the top here, we've got a shelf, and the idea is that I need to find some sort of storage solution where I can put my hats, scarves, gloves, etc. in the winter, and then in the summer I will swap those out for any swimwear that I might have or accessories, and they will go up there because I'm not going to have access to that stuff every single day. I'm not going to need it, but I need something that will fit up there. Currently, that gap is 16 centimeters, and the scoob or the scub boxes that you can get from Ikea, they will be too deep. They're 19 centimeters deep. So I am looking around for some sort of storage solution options. If you've got any suggestions, please comment below. Currently, I've got my laptops up there. They used to go under the wardrobe. They're now up there. They're not going to stay there because it's not very safe, obviously. But they're just there for now, so they're not damaged. Then in the main sort of carcass of it, I've got my rail and I've got all of my suits and my blazers. Then I've got some jumpers, my dresses, and my tops and my trousers. As you can see, it's not very long. So what I had to do was, with any long dresses I've got, what I did was I used the double hanger trick. My mum actually showed me this. So what you do is you've got your long dress and then you use 2 hangers, and then you sort of fold it over so it's a normal shirt length. This does save on creasing, and just to also say that we opted for these velour hangers, so they're much thinner, so we can get more on the rail. So that's really handy. I also did that for some of my shorter dresses, and what that then enabled me to do was to have this space under here. I did toy with the idea of having my sunglasses out, but I just feel like I wear sunglasses every single day of the year, no matter what. So what I think I'm actually going to do instead is have them in a drawer so they're away, and I'll get an organizer for those. So underneath here, I had the room and I was like, do you know what? I'm going to display some of my handbags just so I can see them. Otherwise, they're in storage and you don't see them. And I think if you don't see them, you don't use them. And what's the point? I then also put some wedding photographs of my husband and I out just as a nice little memory. So next up, I'm going to show you my drawers. In my top drawer, currently I just have my t-shirts that I wear every day. I've got one on now. I always wear these with my suits when I'm at work just because I prefer them to wearing a shirt. I just feel a bit more free, not as constricted as I would in a shirt. So I've got my t-shirts here and my handbag, and I think what I'm going to do once I get a storage solution for my sunglasses, because I have an awful lot, it's actually disgusting how many I've got, but once I figure out what I'm going to do with those, I will more than likely have them in this top drawer as well. So just stack all of my t-shirts, whereas currently now I've got my whites, my black t-shirts, and then I've got my coloured t-shirts over here. In this second drawer, I don't know if you can see, hold on, let me move the camera. In my second drawer, I have my tracksuit bottoms and my jumpers. I'll probably keep a couple of those out in the summertime just in case it gets chilly, but generally these will be swapped out in the summer for whatever else I need. If I do have the room, I'll more than likely just keep them in there. But yeah, currently these are my jumpers because I didn't want them hung up, because I might not necessarily wear those every day, where I might wear a suit or a blazer. And then in here, this is my workout drawer, and I'll be honest with you, this is probably my messiest drawer that, you know, like when I was living at home at my mum and dad's, and when like previously in our previous, let me just angle it down for you, in our previous chest of drawers, this is the hardest drawer to keep tidy because there's so many different things. So I did look at the Ikea komplement, I think, or compartment, I don't know, the grey sort of felt boxes, but they're £56. And what I don't want to do, like I'm adamant, I don't want to be wasting money on storage or organisation that I don't necessarily need, or furniture that I don't need, hence why we didn't buy a chest of drawers for here, this space. So I'm going to see how I get on, if I can keep it tidy. So here I've got like my running tops, got my leggings. Here I've got like my tops, running tops, like long sleeve tops for when it's colder, my sports bras. Then I've got some summer stuff at the back that I won't use until the summer, and it's not taking up any room that I need. Then I've got some swim gear and my running backpack from when I was training for the marathon. If I can keep it like this, then I'm not going to bother spending, I think they're like 56 quid, which is a lot of money to be spending on felt compartments. So if I can keep it tidy, then I'm not going to bother. But if I can't, and if it's going to actually serve a purpose and support me in staying organized, because this is all about organization. This is why we upgraded to these IKEA Pax wardrobes. So yeah, so if it's going to help, then I'll order it. But if not, hopefully it stays like this. We'll see. And then lastly, underneath at the bottom, I'll move it down again. I have got my nightwear. So I've got my pajamas, I've got my silk pajamas, my fabric pajamas. I've also got like my dressing gowns, and then like, you know, like that snood jumper that everyone's got that's really comfy and cozy. And then I've got my bed socks, because I am one of those people who cannot
sleep without bed socks on. They might not be on in the morning. Generally, they're not in the morning, but I cannot fall asleep if I'm cold. So that is it. That's our wardrobes complete. Genuinely, I wish we had done it years ago. Like, we've lived in this flat maybe 3.5 years. And the idea was that we didn't know what furniture we wanted when we originally moved in. And then we moved in and we were just sort of bobbing along with my mum and dad's old wardrobes, which was their wedding present. So they're 40 years old this year, because my mum and dad are 40 years married this year. I'm going to do a video about that as well. But yeah, so they just weren't working for us. Then the pandemic hit, because we moved in September 2019. The pandemic was in March 2020, and then we got engaged. We actually got engaged the day of lockdown. That might be a story for another time. And then I think it was just like wedding planning and getting through lockdown and what have you. So this has definitely been a long time coming, and it has completely transformed the space. Like, I actually feel like I like the flat again, which is so nice. So yeah, I'm really, really pleased. I've got one more thing to show you because I completely forgot, because I'm just so obsessed with the wardrobe. So next up, we bought the MALM three drawer sort of side table. It's not as big as I originally thought. And we do have an Ikea lamp. This was only a £5, but this is years ago. I don't know how much it is now. But obviously, our lamp used to be behind the chest of drawers. It won't fit. So I'm toying with the idea of getting a new bedside lamp, or with having lights fitted into the wardrobes and seeing if that helps, if that works for us. So like I said, these aren't as big as I thought they were. In this top drawer, I've just got my Kindle, any sort of stuff that I use every single night, like hand cream, lips balm, rather than have it on the side. I want to keep it everything sort of like fresh, clean. So that's there. Then I've got my underwear in this second drawer, and then in this last drawer I've got socks. It's stuffed, so I do need to go through those. But yeah, so this was £70, if I remember correctly. It serves a purpose. I do like it. It's just not as big as I thought it was going to be. While I was talking about the price of the MALM side table, I thought I'd talk you through the price of the wardrobes themselves. So again, these are the Pax system. This is the biggest wardrobe that you can get. It's 236 centimeters tall by 100 centimeters width, and it's either 58 or 60 centimeters depth. I can't remember, but it's essentially the biggest frame that you can get. And this frame is £80. So £160 for both. Then we went for 2 shelves per wardrobe. So they're £12 each for this shelf. Then we opted for the drawers, and these drawers are £35 each, and we got 8 of those. And then the rails are £5 each, and we got 2 of those, so that's 10. With delivery on top, it took our total to £618. And I have mentioned that through my husband's work, he's got a reward scheme. So we actually got £5% off the vouchers when you order through this scheme. So I do feel like we actually got a bargain. I think, given the transformation to the flat, to the room, to the feel of the flat, I'm really, really pleased, and I'm so glad we did it. And I really, really wish we had done it earlier. One thing I will say, so just looking at my husband's side, this isn't going to stay like this. He just hasn't had the time to go through his clothes because he was actually building the wardrobe. So fair play to him. But essentially, we're just sort of toying with the idea of, because he's going to go through all of these tops. So we're toying with the idea of maybe having those in a drawer. But yeah, he needs to essentially have a really, really good, thorough sort out. And then, he can look into, maybe displaying something else. I don't know, but there's definitely room to maximize what we have going on in his wardrobe. Guys, if you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please show some love. Smash us the huge thumbs up. Make sure you comment in the comment section. I love hearing from you and having that conversation and building that community because it's so nice. I think this should be the longest video I've ever made. So I'm really, really proud of myself. Really sorry it took a while, but I really, really wanted to get it right. Not just for you guys, but this is my life. This is actually, really important. It was important to get this right and to do it at the right time. And just goes to show life happens and things don't always go to plan. But it always works out in the end. So thank you so much for following along. Don't forget to subscribe, and I can't wait to come back to you with some more content soon. See ya.